Hello students, poverty. We are going to continue with this video with the next slides. So today we are going to take up incidence of poverty. Incidence of poverty means to know the level of poverty. I mean how much various sections of poverty are there and how to decide the poverty, what should be the poverty line, etc. Different committees have been set up. The first committee in this regard was set up in 1977, headed by Y.K. Alag. The committee recommended certain suggestions, and for the first time, a particular poverty line was prepared. And on the basis of that, we have come to know that the country's 80% of the population, of the total country's population, is living in rural area, and almost 25% of the total population of the poverty is living in the urban area. Now, as the same guidelines further was taken, and there was another committee framed in 1993, Lankdawala, which gave recommendations to change the poverty line and other aspects. So we are not going to talk about these committees in detail. Of course, right now it is a Rangarajan committee in 2014 set up, but this recommendation has not yet implemented. So right now we are following the recommendations made by Tendulkar committee, which was initiated or set up in 2005. So on the basis of recommendation, what we see is that the number of people living below poverty line is about 267 million. And this is on the basis of the committee's poverty line decided by Tendulkar committee, that is rupees 27 in the rural area and 33 rupees in the urban area, and that is the amount of per day. Rural poverty is about 1.5 billion people, and out of that 5% of the population of the rural poverty is extremely poor, and urban poverty is about 25% of our population. So this is a rough estimate I'm giving you just to give an idea about the level of poverty that is there in our country. Now next is, what are the causes of poverty? The causes of poverty includes underdevelopment of economy. Second is unequal distribution of income. Third is rising prices, that is inflation. Next is fast population growth. You know the population growth is a major problem. Illiteracy, unemployment, and underemployment. These are the various major causes which leads to poverty. Another important problem is social and political causes. We have got a social setup in such a way that the lower cadre or the society has got this casteism at the lower level of the caste system. They are poor and they are not given the chance. They are deprived of all the kind of facilities by the society. So they are not able to come up with the level of required income earning position. Though the government is putting all efforts, but the society is not giving the chance to come forward and bring out themselves from the poverty. Political causes are also there because whatever is implemented at the higher level, that is not actually reaching to the required or needy. So these are the various causes of poverty, and there's nothing new about it. You know it better. Now, let us see what are the major measures undertaken by the government to remove poverty. There's so many measures undertaken by the government, but the most important are the three. That is the three-dimensional attack of poverty was carried out by the government. That included, first one is trickle-down approach, that is improving the economic growth in such a way that the benefit of that should percolate to every section of the society. That means income is increasing. That income should be distributed in such a way that each and every person, each and every needy person should be able to get the benefit out of it. The second approach in this regard is the poverty alleviation approach. That means various programs and policies were initiated by the government to improve the people, or you can say to lift the people living in poverty line. Last is, that is provision of basic amenities. That means various basic amenities or various initiatives have taken by the government to provide all kinds of benefits and amenities to the poor people so that they may not remain poor. They may come out of that. So this is what you call it as three-dimensional approach to alleviate the poverty. Now, next is your the various measures. The various measures, you know the various measures in detail, but you can see here Deen Dayal Upadhyay Yojana. These are the self-employment programs initiated by the government so that basically they can be employed and the poverty can be reduced, or the people can be alleviated from the poverty. So Deen Dayal Upadhyay Yojana, Deen Dayal Upadhyay National Urban Livelihood Mission, Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program. This is your wage employment program, that is your Manrega, you know very much. This is very popular program initiated in 2006. Earlier it was initiated in 2005 in the name of Narega. These are the other programs initiated by the government. That is Pradhan Mantri Sadak Yojana, Indira Awas Yojana, and so on. So various measures and the year in which that was initiated and the objectives behind these programs all are mentioned in this table. So you can have a look on it, and if there's any doubt you can ask me in the class, online class. I think the table itself is sufficient to tell you what all programs were initiated by the government to bring people above the poverty line. So this continues with the other programs. Now let us see the suggestions to remove poverty. The various suggestions to remove poverty is to develop agriculture, which is very essential. Then reducing income inequality, that is the differences between non-poor and poor should be reduced so that the fruit of economic development can be equally distributed among all the people. Then price line should be controlled because price line affects the poor most. They are not able to buy the required amount of commodity what they want at the prices if the prices increases. Then generation employment programs, more and more employment opportunities need to be generated so that they may get income and they can bring out from themselves from the poverty. Population should be controlled by bringing awareness to the people and asking them to get the benefit only when the population is controlled. The next is special focus on the backward regions, those regions which are not developed properly or those regions which are remote. So those regions should be developed so that the people living in that country may get the benefits and they may come out of poverty. And the last is development of infrastructure facilities, which is very essential because without infrastructure, it is very difficult to reach to the needy, provide to the needy, and bring out the actual information and data about poverty. So that's all. Thank you. With these suggestions, we come to the end to this chapter. Thank you.